Alright, in the next few days, we are going to be looking at different Salah collection, considering the fact that Salah is around the corner. And of course, I'm going to be treating my unique, beautiful girls and boys first before the men and the women. Hi, my name is Ojurole Mojibola, and I am going to be taking you through the process of creating some Salah collection. And we're going to be starting with this that we have on the screen. And if you're watching us for the first time, I need you to know that all we do on this channel is make shoemaking simple, easy for you. We ignite your passion for creativity and let you know that you can do a lot of this at the comfort of your home. Now I need you to know that the reason, of course, for this particular channel is for you to be able to increase your income stream by being able to make, your own handmade footwear and of course sell them. At the same time, you can actually reduce your family expenses on footwear, of course, and this is actually really a big deal. I'm sure you want to see how we are going to go about this. Sit back and I am gonna be right there. So I'm going to be using all of these that we have cut earlier to actually create this. This will actually make it more fun and easy for you, especially if you are a beginner. Now I need you to know that the size you are working with will determine the width you should actually use. Many a times I've had people tell me or ask me, how do I know what to use as my width for this kind of a Salah Sandal collection. So I'm going to let you know that you can do this to actually know what to use. For example, this particular one is actually 3 centimeter. This is 2.5. And this is actually 2, if I'm correct. Yes, and this is 2. So now I want you to know that now since we have 2, we have 2, we have 3, and we have 2.5. What we are going to do is, let's begin to check. Now, for example, this particular size is size 25. Let's say I'm creating this for size 25, about a year or 2 year old, depending on this, your child's leg size, of course. But this one perfectly will work for somebody who's wearing 25, about 2-year-old baby. So now, this one that I'm holding here is, let me check what the width is. This is 3. This is 3. Now, let's say I want to use this 3. This is 3 here. I want to put 1 3 here. I want to put another 3 here. Now, if I want to do this, if I want to do it this way, it might actually be possible for me to do that. It might be possible, of course, if I don't mind making it as wide as this. Can you see that it will still work? It will still work, but you find out that the space in between will be quite small, and it may totally be different from our design, because if you are considering the design you want to work with, then you might have to definitely check like this. All right, another option that we have is this 2.0 and 2.5. Now, if you see this is what 2.0 look like and 2.5. I think this one is actually fair enough for this particular one. I think what we can do is try to insert a particular strap in between it. Now, this particular one, the width is about 3 centimeter. What I have here is about 3 centimeter. Now, what I'm just trying to show us is how to be able to conclude on what you should use as the width when you want to create designs such as this, whether for adults or for children. So these positions like this will help you to be able to know. Make sure that this is not touching this part of the foot, and make sure that this is not actually standing somewhere here. Let it come back a little bit so that it can really grab the foot properly. Especially if it's not a sandal. Let's say it's just a palm slipper that does not have any sling at the back, so you might have to move it back so that it grabs the foot properly. And of course, I see some people just 2 straps in front. That's totally different from what we are creating. So with this one now, we have this one here. Can you see what I have here? By the time I place it in between it, it will look like what we have. So let me just try to cut. Now you can decide to use the width of this part. Now our design ordinarily has the same width at the front and at the back. So it means I can also have 2.5 at the front and at the back. So let me put this here. I actually try to label each of them so that we can see. You can easily see it. I don't want to trim yet because I want us to use it for other sizes as well. So this is what we have here. This is another 2.5. So you can see that the distance, sorry, I think I really need us to see. You can see that the distance between the two of them, you know, is not as much as the previous one. But if you still want to use this, you can actually use this, especially because of the kind of design we are creating, that the front part and the back part is actually, you know, the same width, the same width. So let's quickly look at that. The same width. So with what I have here, I want to actually insert in between. This one, like I said, is about 3 centimeter. Please, I'm working in centimeter and not in inch. If you want to work in inch, what I have here is 1 inch. This width is 1 inch. So can you see what I have? So I believe that we can actually use this. Let me check the width for us again so that we can all see it. I'm starting from my calibration is from 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. It stopped at 5, so it means it's 3. 1, 2, 3. Yes. So you can imagine what we have here. So all you need to do, as far as I'm concerned, is just place it this way. Make sure that this one that you are placing here centralizes itself. You know, make sure it's at the center. That's what I mean by it centralizes. Then you use your gum to hold the two of them down. Like you apply your gum, your you know, your contact cement adhesive here, apply it here. You can remove this, apply it, remove this part to apply it, then place it on top of it to get the position, just to get, you know, how it's going to look like. Because the design was actually cut together, it wasn't cut separately. What I'm trying to do with this particular video is to show you how you can actually cut the pattern yourself. You understand? So that you don't have to rack your brain or, you know, stress yourself. Just get straps like this, and then you can decide to actually label them like this is 2 centimeters. So we can actually use this for this particular foot. That is what it means. Now let's check another size. We have another one here, which is actually written as size 25, but if you check it, you find that it's much more than 25. It's about 27. I have used it to last, and each time I try to use it, you can imagine when they say this is 25. Can you use this one to last for a child that is 2-year-old, 2-year-old, 3-year-old? Some even 18 months they are wearing this, except the child has an extra wide feet. How can this be 25? And you see the shoe last I bought is 25. If you don't know how to standardize your shoe last, you don't know how to select shoe last, then I think you should be in our combo class. You should be there. The class is 5,000 naira per month. It's a subscription class. It teaches you, you know, basically how to choose shoe last, how to create patterns, how to market, how to sell. It's an embodiment of all that shoemaking entails. If you'd like to know more, you can just comment combo class in the comment section, and then I will give you the link so that you can go and see the details and see if it's something you really want to latch on, especially if you want to upgrade or you're a beginner and you are looking for a low budget class to start with. So you can see this is actually 25 here, and this is 3 centimeters. Like I said, you can decide to make it different width, and you can make it the same thing. Our design is the same thing. You can see that it's working perfectly well. So these are the tricks that you can actually use to create patterns such as what you have on the screen. So with this now, let's say if I've already made up my mind, and now that I'm using this, like I have this right here, it's here. You can see what I have. Then this one is right up here. I know the first thing somebody's asking is, how do I know where to place it here? Let me give you a simple trick. In case your shoe last is open this way, you can just measure from this end of the opening. Measure about 1 centimeter away from that opening, like forward 1 centimeter, and place your strap there. So that can actually guide you on where to place your strap when you are trying to check. You understand? When you are trying to check, just place it there quite well, and then you place this. Please be careful so that it doesn't touch this side. I keep saying that. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply my contact cement adhesive on the, you know, the one I'm going to put in between. Like I said, please, this can actually be 2, 3, and 3. You understand? You can decide to make it the same. So I just got some contact adhesive. This is T3. If you want to use 3.5, you can actually do so. So I'm just trying to put this. It doesn't matter, you can place it outside, it doesn't stop anything. Just make sure it's at the center. Can you see what I have? So I've already created the design as far as I'm concerned, like that. I've already created the design. So this is what it looks like. The next thing we are considering is this back. Now, how do I go about the back? The first thing you want to consider is the width of the back. For this kind of size, I believe that between 1.2 to 1.5 should be fine for sizes between, let's say, 25, to about 30. I want to believe it to be very perfectly fine. Between 1.2 to 1.5 should be fine. Anything less than anything less than 25, I would suggest you use about 1 centimeter for them, or 1.2, outrightly 1.2 or 1 centimeter. But between 25 to 30 can actually use 1.5, between 1.2 and 1.5. Now, when you are working with sizes that are like size this particular one, 1.5 too will work perfectly well. Don't go and cut what will be too wide and will be making the child uncomfortable. Like what we have here is about 1.6 centimeter. So if I want to use this here, it will still perfectly work for the child. So what we have here is you have one on this side. You understand? You can place this way, then come to this other side. Don't forget that there is actually a ring that was suspended here. You can get those ring in the market. It depends on the width you are working with. The ring I have here is about 1.2 centimeter, that the strap that you can suspend into it freely. So I just cut the strap, I suspended it into it. So I'm just going to bring it down here and position it right inside it. So you want to make sure that it is actually well positioned, not too far from this edge and not too close to this particular point. So for this particular size 27, because I'll call this 27, don't mind what is written on the shoe last. Let me take the measurement of this position so that in case you want to create yours and you don't have a shoe last, probably you are using your son's feet or your cousin or your nephew's feet. I need you to know that you can actually check the position as well on their feet. You don't have to be confused. So this point now, let me check this point. I said size 27, please, so that somebody will not go and use another size and say it's not working, it's not correct. This is not applicable to all size, but on the average, it will work for so many size range. It will work for so many of those size ranges. Let's say between 27, 26. It can also work for 27. Now, this is 5 centimeter. From the center of the shoe last to the point is 5 centimeter. On this other side, it looks more like also 4.5 centimeter, because I find out that this inner part used to be a little bit like 0.5 smaller, you understand, than what you have on this particular side. So from this point to the center of the shoe last is actually 5 centimeters. So when you are going for this side, you can make it 4.5 or exactly that same 5 centimeter. It doesn't matter. Just make sure you position it there. Now, I know somebody is asking me, okay, you said 4.5 on this side of 5. Now, this is the 4.5. If you look at it, this is where 9.5 is. This is 4.5. Does it mean I am going to start like this and place it this way? No. What you should ensure is that whatever width you are using of the strap, let it be at the center. Let it centralize. Like if I'm using this width, I can try to, fold it this way and make sure that it centralizes with where I have 9.5. That is what you should do. Please note, that is what you should do. That will make it easy for you, very easy for you. So it will be centralized and everything will align perfectly well. So it's coming this way and it's going to go into this particular ring. It's going to go into the ring. Now you can actually use the magic gum. It's popularly called magic gum here in Nigeria, although it's actually Velcro. That's what was used. You have to stitch it on this side and also stitch on this other side. So it's going this way. This is how the design looks like. Come on, stay inside here. Can you see what it looks like? So this is what we are basically trying to create. Now, if you are not sure of the Velcro or the magic gum as it's popularly called, if you are not sure, it can actually last, I would suggest that you get a buckle and fix it right here. Let me see if I can show us a buckle. So let's say I'm using this buckle. I'm just going to get a little strap of leather. I'm going to suspend the buckle inside it. Now use maybe rivet to hold it down at this point. then I can easily, you know, use it inwards like this. So you can still also extend the strap like that if you are not sure, you understand, of using, what did they call it, the velcro, which is called magic gum here in Nigeria. I don't know why they call it magic gum, but that's what I hear people call it. In case you want to go to the market and look for it, they call it magic gum. Some people can say plaster, but I know it's very popular here. They say magic gum, but it's actually velcro. For you, if you want to order online, you can also look for velcro fastener. So it's a kind of fastener. I think it's a brand name for that kind of a fastener, and that's why people call it velcro. It's produced by them. So you can imagine you're going to be having double buckle, like an accessory. Another one here is not a crime, as long as it will make your, you know, customers' footwear very durable. I don't think there's any, you know, cause for alarm. So for the first design, you can see what we have. So it's when you are through with everything, of course, after you have lined it, you know, after you have lined it, then we are going to go ahead and then insert this one. When you want to stitch, you insert this part, you also insert this particular one and stitch together. You will insert it in between the lining, and if you don't want to stitch, you can actually use rivets to hold this and use rivets to hold this other part. For those of us who might not know what is rivet, it means you still need to go and check our, you know, video on shoemaking materials. So you need to go check it out so that you can see what is rivet. Rivet is R-I-V-E-T. In case you want to check online, we have different sizes and you can use it to hold things together. And if you want to use this as just, you know, a Salah slippers, a Salah palm slippers, it can be, you know, you can do a family thing where mommy is wearing this, daddy is wearing this, yes, daughter is wearing this, yes, I mean daughter. All you need to do is add some bow, add some flower for the baby girl to make our own different from others, and hula, we already have a pattern already for our Salah. So of course, join me in my next video tutorial as we are going to be looking at another Salah design, of course, for this 2024 Salah celebration. Thank you once again, and I'll see your shoemaking made easy tutorial. I'm going to see you next time. Bye.